demos from your smartphone can be a confusing and frustrating process at the best of times, but with a few taps or tweaks you can enable some settings to eke a little more from your Android, and we're going to show you just how. Thanks for watching 9 to 5 Google here on YouTube. Remember to thumbs up, hit subscribe and then tap the bell icon to be among the first to watch our upcoming videos. So it's important to note that just enabling some settings on your Android smartphone will not return it into a powerhouse or restore an older device to its former glory. That said, it could improve your daily experience and give you a little extra control in areas you didn't know you had any. All of the features and settings within this beginner's guide can be enabled on almost every Android phone on the market. However, there may be some exceptions, such as a feature being enabled by default. In those instances, we'll note so that you know why something isn't available on your device. It is a bit unfair though to suggest activating developer options is something to immediately enable, but think of this as opening the door to yet more control over your device. Unless you've restored your phone from a backup that previously had developer options enabled, then you will have to manually do this each and every time with every Android that you do own. To get access to this section, just head to Settings, About Phone and tap Build Number 7 times. Then enter your PIN or pattern to activate it. If you're wondering where the wider developer options or developer mode is on your phone, then just head to Settings, System and Developer Options. From here, you can make adjustments to allow OEM unlocking and access more fun tools for device customization and tweaking. But one thing we would say is enable USB debugging, because this can help you if you do ever have some problems with bricking your device later down the line. So even if your smartphone has a high refresh rate at 90 or 120 or even 144 Hz, some people simply still don't realize that your display might not be tuned to those levels right out of the box. Many smartphone makers leave the default screen refresh rate at around 60 Hz. This might be beneficial for long-term battery life, but when you're told your phone has a higher refresh rate, it can be really annoying. You'll need to manually enable the high refresh rate on your phone by delving into the settings menu. As we know, this can vary from manufacturer to manufacturer, but tends to be in the same areas on most phones out there. To do so, head to Settings, Display, and now you'll search for something like Smooth Display, Screen Refresh Rate, or even Motion Smoothness. From here, you should be able to set the screen refresh rate to the maximum setting, and that should enhance your experience no end. That's not all though, as on some devices such as the Google Pixel series, you can even force enable the maximum refresh rate within the Android developer options menu. So head over to Settings, System, Developer Options and find the Force Peak Refresh Rate, and this will ensure that your phone will stay at that 90, 120 or higher refresh rate constantly, but will or could affect battery life in the long term. So losing your smartphone can be one of the most stressful and awful experiences possible. It's why we think you should 100% enable the Find My Device feature by downloading the application from the Google Play Store and logging into your account. This app is actually sometimes already enabled or pre-installed on certain phones out there, but we do recommend following this step regardless, as it means you're sure that these features are active on your phone should you, God forbid, lose your device. So after you've logged into your phone, you may be able to see any of your and all of your linked devices to your Google account in this application. You can see the last known location, do things like play a sound to help you locate it, even if you've lost it at home, or even secure and erase your device if you happen to lose it and are worried about your on-device content and privacy. What's more, you can actually go to android.com/find to keep track of all devices linked to your account and access those extra added controls. As part of a wider Android system update for late 2022, Google has added a neat reading mode option for those that want to use it. You will need to download this from the Google Play Store, but it does actually plug into the accessibility options on your device with added functionality for phones running Android 9 or newer. Once you have installed the application, just open it up and follow the tutorial, and this lets you enable a floating on-screen shortcut that is capable of turning web pages and even certain applications into distraction-free text panels. As an accessibility mode, contrast, text size, font style, and even text-to-speech can be enabled with further speed controls for this read aloud function that you can adjust as you see fit. You're even able to rewind, fast forward, and tune the reader voice as you see fit, which makes things easier to digest or manage. And it is a really good option we think that you should definitely install, even if you don't think you're going to use it all that often. Not every single app needs to come from the Google Play Store, but not all apps outside of Google's official storefront are going to be nefarious. Some popular apps or third-party launchers such as Launcher require extra plugins to get that full experience, and that often means that you'll need to grab an APK file from an outside source and in turn enable the unknown app installation setting on your Android device. Android lets you control just which apps can install unknown applications, but it's important to note that you should probably only get APK files from reputable or trustworthy sources. That does sound really obvious, but there are numerous online repositories out there that may not be responsible. Normally you will get apps from a web browser, but this will work with any app on your device. In the instance of Chrome, just head to Settings, App, Chrome. Now install unknown apps and toggle that. Alternatively, you may see a pop-up when downloading an APK prompting you to adjust the setting to install that application. We all spend an inordinate amount of time each day looking at screens, and especially our smartphones. Alongside the inbuilt dark mode, Android has an inbuilt night light or eye comfort mode to help reduce eye strain when viewing your phone late into the evening or even early in the mornings. This reduces the intensity of blue light, which is set to disrupt sleep patterns and in some cases can cause permanent vision changes. Because of that, we or at least suggest enabling this if you're someone that uses your phone until the early hours every single day. To enable this, just head to Settings, Display, Nightlight, and then tap to enter. From here, you can adjust the intensity of the effect, which will turn your screen almost to candlelight, while creating regular schedules for this mode to activate and then deactivate itself every single day. So tweak that until your heart's content. If you do get sick of constantly needing to enter a PIN, passcode, or even biometric information to access your phone, the Smart Lock feature leaves your phone unlocked in specific safe circumstances. This is especially useful if you're in a trusted location or when connected to a trusted device like a smartwatch, for instance, or some earbuds. There's even the ability to determine whether your phone is in motion, like when working out or walking, and this is valid for up to 4 hours, meaning you can use your phone without constantly needing to enter access information. To enable this option, head to Settings, Security, More Security Settings, and Smart Lock, and toggle this as you see fit. You can choose location, you can choose devices, and a lot of other things to suit you. So Apple fans do have the fantastic AirDrop to share files quickly from phone to phone or phone to Mac, but on Android we have Nearby Share. It's not quite as extensive, at least at this stage, but it's a seamless way to send files from one device to another. It's also available to every single phone or tablet running Android 6.0 or higher, and just needs to be enabled. To do this, open Settings, Google, Devices and Sharing, and then Nearby Share. Now enable this function. From here, you can tweak the settings for Nearby Share, such as your device name, the Google account that you do wish to be linked to, and even your device visibility at default or unused states. So going just a little bit beyond the Smart Lock feature, there are times when you unlock your phone instantly, and there are other times when you're happy to leave it unlocked, like when you're at home, for instance. Although this feature is activated by default on most phones, it's something you might want to adjust on your Google Pixel for greater flexibility. To do so, head to Settings, Security, Screen Lock, and then Power button instantly locks, and then enable or disable as you want. With this setting disabled, your Android phone will take a few seconds before fully locking. This means you have a short window where tapping or accessing your phone does not require a PIN, pattern, or biometric information. Enabling this just keeps things as they were previously, unlocking as soon as the power button is pressed. As smartphones have ballooned in cost, people are understandably going to great lengths to keep them protected. You might have a screen protector applied to your phone, but this can actually reduce the responsiveness of your smartphone's display. It's also useful if you live in a country where you might wear gloves when using a smartphone. Luckily, Android has a screen protector mode which should enhance the touch sensitivity, and to enable this, you'll need to open Settings, Display, and then increase touch sensitivity. It's important to note that while this feature does help, it might not help resolve major issues you may experience with your phone. This is often dependent on the structure and texture of your screen protector, but overall it's a nice feature that we think you should enable if you do have a screen protector on your phone. So that's a few settings we think you should instantly enable on your phone. We want to know though what settings or even options you have to enable right away on your brand new Android devices. Is there something you literally can't live without? Let us know down in the comment sections below. But until next time, this is Damien with 9to5 Google saying thanks for watching. I hope this helped you, and I will speak to you later.